Rotational crops are important for winter wheat. They help prevent weed and disease issues. And those of you who are still planting continuous wheat, you may want to give canola a try as your rotational crop. Of course, you're going to want to know some of those numbers first. And here to break down some of those expenses is OSU agricultural economist Eric Devuyst.
Thanks, Kathy.
How are you doing today?
Good.
Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
First of all, I guess the main thing producers are going to want to know before they even put their canola in the ground is, can they get insured?
Well, that's been an issue that's come up lately, but rest assured you can get crop insurance for canola. But in Oklahoma right now, every contract is written under a special written agreement with the risk management agency. Now, some crop insurance agents aren't familiar with canola and aren't familiar with those written agreements, and so you may have to poke your agent to do some investigating or shop around for an agent that's familiar with the canola and the written contracts or the special agreements.
And don't be afraid to ask questions or ask other producers maybe.
Talk to your neighbors, see who's insuring their canola.
Sure. So let's look at some of the numbers. We're going to start off, and today you're going to compare everything to the continuous wheat, correct?
Yeah, we're going to compare two wheat canola rotations with continuous wheat. And so for comparison purposes, I've put in a 40 bushel average wheat yield, a price of about $4.60, which is what we're looking at right now for fall delivered wheat. Gives us revenue of $184 with cash expenses budgeted about $159 this year. And so about $25 an acre profit.
So now we're going to start off with the conventional canola.
Yeah, so here we've got a rotation, wheat, conventional canola. The reason the agronomists went with the wheat, conventional canola recommendation in Oklahoma is that Risk Management Agency is only writing insurance contracts on canola for 1 out of 3 years in order to avoid a fungal disease called blackleg. And they've had that experience in the Northern Plains, and so they want to avoid that here, and they're only writing that contract for 1 out of 3 years.
Okay.
So here we're going to start, if you see the wheat in this rotation, we've got 2 years of wheat and we're showing a 43 bushel yield. Remember in the continuous wheat case, we showed a 40 bushel yield. Mm-hmm. Right now there's some experimental plots going on to try to confirm that number. This number is based solely on producer experience and what they're telling us. In fact, we've tried to go on the low end of what the producers are telling us. Some of them are telling us some rather large increases in wheat yield. But when we aggregate 2 years of wheat with 1 year of canola, we end up with a net return of $58, which is a $33 advantage per acre.
From the continuous?
Yep, from the continuous wheat.
And now we're going to look at the Roundup Ready.
Yeah, so here we're looking at the same wheat yields. The advantage is only $30 here as opposed to $33 because we've got some higher cash costs in this case. But most producers are familiar with the advantages of going to a Roundup crop in their rotation, and they can clean up a lot of weed problems, and the timing of the herbicide application isn't necessarily as critical as it would be with conventional canola. So producers really like this system, and we're only talking a few dollars one way or the other. So,
and it's a little more convenient for them.
Yep, so the convenience for a lot of producers is going to be worth that $3 to $5, and they're going to go this route.
Okay. So in the end, let's see what we got. We have the net returns, and what we've done here is break down the continuous compared to the conventional and to the Roundup. And you can see the numbers have pretty much more than doubled then.
Yeah, and so we've got some room for error here. You know, if we're off on those wheat yields in that rotation, we're still showing an economic advantage from adding canola to your rotation.
Okay, and you guys have come up with a system to help producers figure this out on their own and to see if it's even feasible.
Yeah, we've got some software available. It's downloadable for free from our website, and I believe in a moment you're going to tell the producers where they can find that. Mm-hmm. And they can put their own numbers in for their continuous wheat and what the rotation, the wheat canola rotation numbers are going to look like in their area, and see if it's going to pencil for them.
That sounds like a very, very important resource for our producers then.
We hope so.
All right. You guys can find that software on our website. Just go to sunup.okstate.edu and we'll link you to the page.